Good morning, everyone. For today's health nugget, I want to briefly talk about hypertension or high blood pressure. Now, hypertension means the force of your blood against your artery walls is consistently too high. And over time, it damages the heart, the brain, the kidneys, the blood vessels. So, what is normal, right? A healthy blood pressure is below 120 over 80. What's a healthy blood pressure, church? No, I said below 120 over 80. All right. So what does these numbers mean? Using 120 over 80 as a reference, right? The 120, the top number, is known as the systolic blood pressure. And that is the pressure when your heart contracts. The second number, the beneath, is a diastolic, and that's when the heart relaxes. So it's contraction over relaxation, right? Okay, so if your blood pressure, your systolic, the top number, rises between 120 and 129, but the diastolic, the lower number, remains normal below 80, it's considered elevated. That is pre-hypertension. Now, stage 1 hypertension begins at 130 over 80. And stage 2 begins at 140 over 90. If, God forbid, it should get to 180 over 120, that is critical. That's a critical value, and it's an emergency. Okay, medical action is necessary. That person's way, they probably have had a stroke or something. All right. So the other part opposite of hypertension is hypotension. Hypo means low, right? So that's when the blood pressure is low. And that number is below 90 over 60. Now there's a few people who may be healthy, fit, exercising, strenuously. They're in good shape, and they may have a low blood pressure and without symptoms. But usually, hypertension, the individual is experiencing dizziness, they have blurred vision, they may faint, and they may go into shock. So this is dangerous. Once again, this needs medical attention, okay? Hypertension, we're back up to hypertension, is commonly, it's called actually the silent killer. High blood pressure is called the silent killer. Why? Because many people have no symptoms until the damage is done. You may feel fine while the damage is quietly happening inside of your body. How common is it? About half of the adult, almost approximately 47% of the adult American population has hypertension. And many people do not know because it is silent. And what ethnic group do you think has the highest rate of hypertension? African Americans, us, okay? And within that ethnic group, the onset, or it develops at a younger age. More than 50% of the adult African American population is hypertensive. So, the only way to know that you have hypertension or high blood pressure is to check your blood pressure. This is called a sphygmanometer or blood pressure monitor. You can get it at CVS or Walgreens, right? And you just slip it over your arm, wrap it around your arm. You don't have to don't do it too loose or too tight. It's going to get snug. It's snug. And then it's not, you're going to roll up your sleeves, right? Keeping the inner cord towards the inside of your arm on the top part, and push a button. And in a few minutes you have it. Now don't do it when you're standing up talking to a whole group of people giving a lecture or something. Make sure that you're calm. I didn't wrap it properly. Make sure that you're calmly, sit down with your legs uncrossed, your feet are flat, and you check your blood pressure. The only way to know you have hypertension is to do what? Check your blood pressure, okay? All right, so what causes it? Yeah, stress. We all know stress. You can feel yourself getting agitated, and stress will do it. And we're surrounded. There's nothing we can do about. There is something we can do about stress, even though it's constant. We're constantly surrounded by stress, right? But there are causes that we can't do anything about. What, dear? Age, family history, and your race. It is what it is, right? But many of the causes are lifestyle related. Too much salt. The African American population has a higher salt sensitivity. Salt sensitivity means that a moderate amount of salt will have an impact on your blood pressure and cause it to go up. So how do you control that? Reduce your salt intake, stay away from processed foods, eat vegetables and fruits and whole grains, all right? Lack of exercise. Where go to work and you sit 12 hours VG behind the computer, and so we can do something about that, right? So they say at least 30 minutes of exercise a day, all right? And one doctor, I heard him tell a patient who was diabetic that exercise is just the answer to everything. Most of your unhealthy conditions, exercise helps, okay? Being overweight. So we can do something about that. Weight management, right? Keep your weight within a healthy level. Poor sleep. I struggle with that. That's me. Physician, heal yourself. I can't. I go to bed 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, but it's and I've noticed it that when I don't get adequate sleep, my blood pressure does go up when I don't get adequate sleep. So I'll be working on that after this lecture. I'll be working on it. And we say don't smoking and excessive alcohol can contribute to your high blood pressure, so we can do something about that. Don't smoke. All right, you guys got it. You got it. Okay, so, and then if you are on medication, if you are hypertensive and you are on medication, take your medication constantly. It's so easy to say, oh, I check it and the blood pressure is being controlled by your medication, and say, oh, I'm not going to take this, my blood pressure is okay. And because you're feeling well, you don't know that you could be having a heart attack because you have not been taking it. You could be having a stroke. Those are the critical things that happen, damaging to the kidney. So I'm going to tell you a quick story, right? Some years ago, while at work, years ago, I got a call from the staffing office, and they said, there's a gentleman here asking for the black nurse, Jackie, who worked at this particular area 7 years ago. I said, that would be me. Send him up. I was on the 6th floor. So he came up. I'm wondering, Lord, what does this man want with me? But he was smiling like I was his lost best friend or something, And so he said, you don't remember me, do you? I said, no. He said, 7 years ago, my wife was a patient in this hospital, and you were her nurse. He said, the first day you came into the room, I teasingly asked you to check my blood pressure. And you took it and said, you must see your doctor. Your blood pressure is high. He said that every day I came into the room, I would ask, and his wife was there several days. But when I came into the room each day and I saw him, I would say, have you seen your doctor yet? You must see your doctor. And so he said when his wife got better, he thought, I will go to the doctor. And this nurse said, I should check it out. So he did. And they found out he had a kidney tumor and had since had a kidney transplant, and he came back to thank me. Had I not checked his blood pressure, or had he not gotten his blood pressure checked, he was feeling fine. His wife was a sick one. Nothing was wrong with him. So what is the takeaway? Hypertension or high blood pressure is silent, but it is preventable and manageable. Early detection by doing what? Checking your blood pressure, having healthy habits, and being consistent with treatment saves lives. Thank you.